First off, I wanted to say this opportunity here is not how a coach likes to come into it, but having had a chance to work with a great man for the short period I was here in Coach Westphal, just really said, don't do anything stupid and reject this. I want you to go and coach it. I want you to coach this team. And he felt it, and I felt it, that he meant that from the bottom of his heart. And to come into this environment, to be here, to come here with a clean sheet, someone coming from a place that he's been in Golden State for 8 years, going into 9 years, and then come to a different franchise, a different group of people, front office people, ownership, and to come in with nothing, no preconceived ideas about the team, but just simply trying to learn our team. And unfortunately, it came to this point here. So as I share with the team, we're going to look to move forward. We're going to focus on where we are now, not the past, and hopefully we can move it. The ideals and the identity that we tried to set and that Coach Westphal wanted to set from the beginning of the season, and the excitement we had. We got to get that feeling back, and it's not going to be an overnight situation because they have to adjust to me now and adjust to the style, how we want to play, how we want to operate, how we want to focus on being a basketball team and being a good basketball team. So with that said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get back on the bench and coach, and very, very seldom do you get an opportunity right away. And the only regret I have is that under the circumstance of how it happened. But being in this business for so long, you understand that those things happen, and you have to focus on getting ready to play. But having had a chance to visit with Coach Westphal really made it a little bit easier, but it's never easy.
Had the team lost confidence in Coach Westphal?
No, I wouldn't say that. We're going to move forward. We're not going to talk about that situation or what happened. We're going to move forward, and we're going to try to focus on everything that moves from this day.
What's the biggest thing you need to fix with this team right now?
I'm looking at it as a training camp. So I'm going to go into it with the idea that who would be my starters and work from there. Unfortunately, we're in the middle of the season, without not having the kind of time you need. But I'm going to focus on the team that I put out there on the floor tonight, and then see where they go. And they have a chance to either succeed or fail, and then we'll make the adjustments.
Keith, what can fans expect?
Huh? I always talk to our guys. That's one thing that I always do. I always communicate with them and have them know exactly where they stand.
Coach, DeMarcus has not had a great relationship with Paul. It's very clear at the end here. What are you going to do differently?
Probably have a good relationship with him. Not if you understand how to do it. And I think one of my skills, a unique skill set, is that I do understand how to operate and function and talk with people and build relationships. And it can't just be a relationship that we have just here at the building. We have to build a relationship to grow. So he understands exactly what I need. But I don't want to turn this into DeMarcus and the coach. We got to focus on him growing with our basketball team, him getting better. Last night's game, he played, for my first time seeing him, like a pro. Now, he has to play like that all the time, but that's going to be a process. But he looked like an NBA pro last night because he was very patient. He took his time. He understood what he was doing. Granted, the game was got out of control, but yet we have some data now and information as to how he needs to function as an NBA center and grow from there.
Keith, what kind of changes can fans expect at least? What kind of changes can fans expect at least in the immediate short term?
Well, my history has been for the time that I was in Golden State. We got to run. We got to have a team that can run. These guys need to run. When we have 7 fast break points, that's alarming for the group that we have. Now I got to train them to get to that point because going from where they were to trying to get them to think how I want them to move, it's going to be a process. And this condensed season doesn't lend itself to you doing that. But that's what we want to try and do. This is a unique team because you have size and speed at pretty much every position in your lineup. So they can get out and run. But the other thing with that is that they can rebound, they can post up, they can bang with guys. So they have the ability to do some things as a running team that not a lot of running teams can do for a rebound in basketball.
What is your time at Golden State as far as dealing with young players, as far as dealing with personalities? How does that experience maybe help you here?
That helps, when you're dealing with young guys. Because right now what our team is, and I don't want to go back, but right now the team is dealing with an identity crisis. Each guy is trying to push forward his identity. And so when you have that, you have each guy trying to say, they're not playing like they don't want to win, but each guy is trying to do the things to win, and that's causing an issue. So we got to get each guy to understand that your identity will grow faster by trying to grow this team. But working with the young players and issues that we had with our young players in Golden State, and was able to walk through those things. Sometimes you hear things, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you see things, sometimes you don't. But I pay attention to everything.
Coach, what is your biggest hurdle that you have to?
As far as, I know you don't want to make it about DeMarcus, but I'm sure things can't be tolerated, certain things. I mean, what kind of rope do you give when
Well, we won't give any rope. You know, we're going to keep it as consistent as possible across the board. And hopefully he grows from that and grows with the team. I've already laid out ideas and roles, not so much roles, but how I want to run the basketball team. And they have guidelines they have to follow, and when they don't, then there's consequences. And I think anywhere that you business, coaching, you have to have rules in place. And of course, I have the entire organization behind me, backing me. And when you have that, you can only do what you need to do to help us.
Keith, Jeff mentioned the lack of ball movement, and it wasn't just talking about this year or the previous years, but really even the years before that, the Kings have been at the bottom or the bottom of assists.
Right.
You look at this team, how do you fix that area?
Well, I think, like I said, I said this maybe to you a couple of days ago. I think you have to look at the stat sheet tells you one story, and the film completes the story. Some of the shots, or passes that were made that should have been assists, the shots were made. So we got to get these guys making the shots when they are assists there, and then we have to get guys to move the ball, and then they will. I have no problem with them moving the basketball because they move. But when you pick up a stat sheet in at night and you see the shooting percentage, to tell you that I'm sure at least one guy made a pass to someone. So it wasn't totally not one player was trying to make a pass. When you shoot a percentage that we're shooting, someone at least fell asleep and made a pass. Just got to make the shot.
Keith, will Cousins start tonight?
How do you define success this season for yourself?
We're going to take it one day at a time. The ultimate success is, we get to the place where everybody wants to be, and that's making the playoffs. Now, we got to grow into that. We're not there. We got to grow into that because we've got to be able to play well at home and then win on the road. And how that happens, we'll see as we move forward.
Keith, will Cousins start tonight? Do you envision Mark?
I won't say that right now.
Okay.
Coach, can I ask you about your contract? Are you interim?
I'm doing this for free.
I work for Fox for free, so I'm pretty much in the same boat.
I don't know the policy right now because all this happened so fast, but I won't disclose anything as far as that.
There is a national report that you have signed a 2-year contract. Is that true or not true?
I will not discuss that right here this moment.
Keith, getting another chance to coach again so soon, is there anything you'll do differently this time? Or when you said, you left there, now I got the shot again?
I tell you, when you go through it and haven't had a chance to coach a team, and then you have ideas ready for next year, and you say, man, maybe I'll do this now, and never thinking that this would ever come at this time, this fast, and now being able to implement some of those things here. Different personnel, of course, but still, I think some of these guys will still be able to do some of the things that I've been accustomed to coaching with last year and then all the years that I was there in Golden State.
Did you address him already?
I've talked to them already.
What was your message?
I just share with them I want to be fair with everyone. We're going to have definite policies and rules for everyone on the team. Everyone has to follow a guideline. I just want you to play hard. The NBA, if you play hard, you have a chance. That's half the battle. If you go out and compete, there will be nights where you don't have it. You just won't play. You're trying hard, but it's just not working. So I understand that. But if they give their effort, which they have shown in practices and they have shown in a few games, but haven't been able to get the results of those games. So that's what I share with them. And I want to coach them. One of the same lines that I used last year, I had to have permission to coach them, how I need to coach them. And I had, again, a handshake agreement because I believe I'm working with young men. I got to be able to look them in the eye when I say something. Now, all of them said yes. But we're going to find out who really mean it.
You said you like to get to know your guys and know your players. And even spent much time with DeMarcus or dinner?
No, only thing I've done.
Do you even know him at all? Or?
Yeah, I knew him. I have spent a little time with him, but not to the extent that was necessary for him. And all our guys, you spend the time to come over here and practice and get ready for a game. We've been traveling so much, so you have little small mini meetings that you can have. But now I think I can be a little bit more in depth with each guy on our team, not just him, but trying to grow a real strong relationship. I got to get not just him, but all of our players to see, to be a good pro, you got to be a student. You have to become a student. And so we get him and everyone else to start focusing on studying the league, studying the players. And we'll have guidelines. We'll have things in place for them to try to start growing and start thinking the game before they start playing.
Will you make any changes to your staff or additions or subtractions?
I won't discuss that yet, but I'm sure because I'm coming off the floor now, so I'm probably going to search somewhere. But I don't know. Tonight, I just want to get through the night and get through the game and play there.
What do you expect from your team defensively? I mean, just about the offense and how the ball moves, but these last few losses, probably the more alarming thing is that guys have just been getting so many buckets on.
But you look at it, it's been the transition points, and that has a direct correlation with your offense. Because if you're hunting for shots and missing shots, floor balance is terrible. So focusing on trying to get those guys to have a better understanding of where they need to be on floor balance. Because a little bit in the half court, we haven't been terrible, haven't been bad. But you can't defend the transition. When you turn the ball over the top of the floor, free throw line, you can't get back to transition and defend that. So hopefully we can correct those things there. But again, I'm going to go into this situation here as fresh as possible. I don't remember, I have a short memory. From you win a game by 20, you got to play tomorrow night. You might lose that game by 20, you forget about it and move on. And so we're going to move on from everything that has happened and try to focus on where we're trying to go.
Thanks, Coach.